Alright. Peace, y'all. So, it has been a long time. My bad. My apologies. But I just wanted to pop in because I got a confession. So, I feel like 2025 was really a year that felt like no! Like the majority of it was very challenging. There was some beautiful blessings and occurrences in this year for sure. Some of those highlights being featuring that Lyrical Sanctuary. Thank you, John. Thank you, Britt. Thank you, Socio-Cultural Programming at UWM. That was an amazing poetry feature. I enjoyed that so much. As well as other features. Thank you, Linnemans. Tim Claus of Linnemans at Casablanca on Brady. Thank you to Trunk Bussa. It's a lot to be grateful for sure. Working with Woodland Pattern during their summer program for the youth poetry camp, that was a highlight for sure. So, other parts of this year? No! Man. A lot of grief for sure. There was this quote that I saw that grieving and gratitude can exist at the same time, and that's very much true. If anything, this year showed me that. Moving is not fun. And also being tackled by the sheriff because I was asking why when he was saying get back in your car or go to jail, and I wasn't even aware I was pulled over. I get tackled, put in cuffs, almost booked. Craziness. Actually have to pay like over $300 in fines for that. But anyway, 2025 was one of the hardest years of my life for real. Like a lot of challenges, a lot of blessings, but a lot of challenges. And definitely a point where I was like, yeah, I'm about ready to clock up out this mug. You know, it got really hard. I probably cried the most this year than I've ever cried before. And I'm a crying person. I tear up at a movie being like, oh, or at a beautiful sunset like, oh, I tear up. But these tears, woo, these were a lot of tears of release. And so I feel like I'm not the only one who went through a year that was like this, for sure.
This is only a test.
And I was just like, dang. Anyway, all that being said, I know this year has been challenging for not just me. So I wanted to just talk about it, you know. And I wanted to say congratulations, you know. You still here. That's a blessing. As much as it might feel like, oh my God, like I don't feel like getting out of bed some days, I'm glad you're here. And I may not know you by name or personal, but I know you because we're connected anyway, in that sense. And I'm proud of you for still being here. And your purpose is still to be lived out. So please don't clock out prematurely, you know. Your love, even when you feel like very lonely, the lie of feeling like you're alone when you're not, you here. And if you want to share, I'm definitely going to just read everything that comes on this video if anybody cares to, you know, share. I like to listen. That's one of my gifts, I feel like. But you got gifts too. I'm going to need you to share those gifts with the world still. As challenging as it feels, as hard on your heart it feels like the climate of everything is squeezing it and trying to break it down and make it cold. You know, keep fighting. Fight back, you know what I'm saying? I really feel like the year to come, it's going to be more blessings. It may be trials, but I feel like with the challenges that I've been through, and that you probably been through, we got some new strength, you know, to take that on. We got some resilience to keep on going. So I just want to just encourage you, you know. I'm so proud that you still here. That's a testament in itself. And even through the tears, through the pain, through the hurt, you still breathing. You still standing. As hard as it may feel to do, it's gonna get easier. You have so many gifts that still gotta be shared. And if you're going through that period of just like isolation, because I get that, I do that a lot. Don't stay there, you know, because you can't share them gifts by being by yourself all the time, you know. You gotta find a little bit of balancing that out, you know. I'm an only child. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I feel like I like my alone time, and it can get kind of easy to just isolate, especially if I ain't feeling like my best. I'll be like, yeah, let me just shut it down for a bit, get back right until I get back to myself, you know. But I'm glad you're here. You know, I'm glad you are here. It's just been so much. And if you just can take some time to just breathe. And with that breath, just thanking God that you're still here. Reconnecting with what the why is in your deepest heart, in the depths of your soul, in the depths of your spirit. You got to give yourself time to reconnect with that on a regular basis. You know, I like to start my days with my bath and my tea. And it feels like such a privilege to be able to do and just really reconnect and just breathe and read my books. I like to read. But I'm so glad you're here. You know, I'm grateful for my mom, who's been going through like different health things, and she's also going through grieving too of my grandpa, her dad, as well as my grandma. So with the holidays that just passed, both of them were feeling like that grief really strong. And then also I have a cousin that recently got locked up. So we're just navigating grief collectively. And it's important to let them tears out. It's important to feel the feelings, okay? And to reach out and give that love when you can. As much as possible, you know. Just words or just listening. Like, I love you. I'm glad you're here. We gonna make it through. That goes a long way. So that's why I'm here today. It's been a minute. I ain't out in nature because, you know, outside look like a snow globe right now. Nature is a big part of my piece. So winter is especially just like trying. But things I do to counteract that SAD, you know what I'm talking about, is movement. I've been going to the gym about 3-4 times a week. Even if I don't make it to the gym, I'm finna dance in the mirror to some jams. You know what I'm saying? That's some movement. I got some weights, a kettlebell, and a couple dumbbells here at home that I like to just utilize. I do yoga sometimes. Just intentional. Being intentional with your movement on a regular basis helps a lot, especially to some good music. Writing, going to open mics, being blessed with a feature. I really like poetry. I've always loved poetry. Like is way too soft of a word. I love poetry. And just being able to express myself and to resonate with people means a lot to me, especially as an only child, especially with the circumstances with my upbringing. You know, my dad was locked up and sentenced to life before I was born, months before I was born, for an aggravated robbery where nobody was, you know, or seriously injured life. And I think a big part of me just valuing connection or feeling, because I know what it feels like to feel disconnected, to feel like there's that rift there. And it hurt. Because you're not alone, but you be feeling it so inherently, and it's like, so I love ways of connection, and I'm hopeful to be able to get my dad out of prison. Maybe somebody hears this and has some advice on that. I welcome it and appreciate it. But yeah, I love my dad so much. But him not being able to be here physically for my life, I feel like affected me real deep. But I don't love him any less. But the relationship is, different. I love my mom, but we had a hard time with our relationship growing up for many years. And she's over 10 years sober from alcohol, and I'm proud of her for that. And I'm proud of the way our relationship has grown. It's a lot to be grateful for in the midst of your grieving. And I hope you hold on tighter to the hope and to the gratitude, and feel the feelings and navigate them and process them and know that they're valid. But don't stay stuck in the cycles of mourning. Don't stagnate yourself into tricking your mind into like, this is all there is, because it's not. It's really not. So I urge you to reconnect with the things you enjoy or used to enjoy, like really enjoy. Be it reading. I've been reconnecting with that, going to the library a lot more. They be wanting their books back a little too fast for me, but we be renewing them. Writing, dancing, moving your body, exercising, singing. I like to sing with my poems sometimes. Talking on the phone with a loved one. Or just putting yourself out there to join groups of things that you know that you like doing. I love going to drum circle every month. But just get connected, please. To yourself, to God, and to like-minded individuals, because they out there. I know what it feels like to feel like super different, but I promise you there's like-minded individuals out there. I promise you there's more to life to live than what you seeing on the news. Please stop watching the news so much. Please unplug on a regular basis when you can. And if you do plug in, please be mindful of what you're watching and listening to, because that affects your subconscious on a deep level, And speak life unto yourself. Speak life unto others. And know that there's more to life than this, 2026, bring it on, baby. Because 2025, yeah. Bye to 2025, for real. For real. Get started in living the life that you really want to live. That's all I got.